It is Thursday, well, technically Friday, or not yet, but almost. It's Thursday evening. And, you're all supposed, well, it's not mandatory, but you were invited to Elysium on Friday by Regina Blake, the Harpy, apparently. And Gabriel said he was gonna go as well. And he informed everyone that on Thursday you're gonna meet up and decide what to do next, particularly about what to do with the Sabbat that the prince has kindly informed you that you're supposed to clean out. But you got a week off. And before that, you have gotten a call, one way or the other, from Emir or Josh, telling you to gather at your haven. And by your haven, he means the kiosk. Because Emir has something very exciting for all of you. You arrive and he's his delightful self and he greets you, hello friends, hello, and you're all kind of gathered upstairs. I know on row 20 you're downstairs, but for now you're upstairs. He hands each of you an envelope, and when you open it and look inside, there is a black, very anonymous credit card. Because your pack has a lot of resources now after your bank heist, and his has been organized. And
Luke immediately, I'm going to interrupt you. Luke doesn't touch the credit card. He says, Alicia, there you go.
Yeah.
Take care of that. Because I feel like if I touch it, it will no longer function. So
the chip breaks, it shatters.
So did we each get our own black credit card, or there was one for all of us?
One each.
Okay.
We look at it and everything, and Dave, you figure out that there's a kind of, yours is broken a little bit, unfortunately. Almost like you have a certain flaw that prevents you from having money, but...
Oh no, I managed to tell Gabriel that I wasn't interested in any of the proceeds. Just pay me in explosives.
Well, about that, he has told you about a certain warehouse where those explosives are
did
located.
I get the key?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Fuck me.
See what I mean about Gabriel? He's just like, there you go. Key to a warehouse of explosives. This will never end badly, I'm sure.
Dave didn't want money, he just wanted things to go boom. And Gabriel loves when things go boom. People with Sense the Unseen immediately notice the whole house is humming with magical energy. It's just surging through it. And everyone who are... I mean, Oliver, you have heightened senses. You kind of... It's like the whole place is resonating, like a low... that's kind of coming from downstairs in the floor, like there's something vibrating.
Does it remind me of like Victor's place, where I can kind of feel that too a little bit, or?
No, this is more physical vibrations.
Oh, physical. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Emery and Emery, you have Sense the Unseen, so you can definitely see something from below that's glowing scarlet red, a weird kind of energy. But Emir, he locks up and leaves you guys to it. Leaves the store. I will leave the scene to you guys.
So before he leaves, can I like reach out to him to say, yeah? So she's definitely thankful, grateful, blessed for this like new package deal, I guess. So she would probably reach out just like on the back of his hand and or like back of his shoulder, and maybe get his attention to say, are you doing okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
It's been a long time since we've met. Anything interesting happened for you recently?
No, just Dave coming and going and doing some things in the basement I didn't ask. There's a lot of humming down there, but I usually don't go down there. Dave has told me that he needed privacy.
Seems to be a common thread amongst individuals that I've come into. But thank you for coming, and I guess enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. He leaves.
Oliver, yeah, before he goes, Oliver actually walks up to him a little bit more manic than usual. So how much is on this?
I have no idea. You have to ask the Baron. Isa handed them to me to give to you. But they're black, so probably a lot, right?
I'm counting on it. And he actually smiles for the first time ever. Turns around and walks back, and it's really kind of unsettling.
Look at the teeth.
There's too many rows of teeth. Oh.
It's like a great white shark's mouth.
So, Dave, what did you do in the basement?
You're welcome.
Jesus Christ.
So remember, Nemesis said that it would be a really good idea that we could protect ourselves from the prince scrying us and like all the warlock appearing and all the rest of it. All we had to do was activate the altar.
Yeah, the altar that you said you wanted to kill the person on repeatedly after the person wanted to quote unquote kill us.
I had a chat with Nemesis and she told me what I needed to do, and so I've gone and done this and all the rest. So we're completely safe. There's nothing to worry about at all.
Then why don't you lead the way?
You're welcome.
Luke doesn't believe a single fucking word he's saying. Like, not a single word.
Well, if anyone were to go downstairs and gather, because now you're kind of standing in a storefront. Well, the place has been tidied up. There's no longer a corpse in the bathtub. It does not smell anymore. I mean, the furniture has not gotten any better, but there's a man hanging on the cross, and he's moving now and kind of turning his head as he sees you through the hole in the wall, smiling.
Hi, Mr. Smith.
Hello, Dave. He's a beautiful man, almost. Well, he's not really glowing, but it can kind of look like it.
Luke is hiding behind Leo.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Oliver was hesitant before, but he's in the glow of the money that they've been given. So he would have gone down like, oh fuck, man, let's find out what happened, but not like that. That's in his, like, he's feeling that inwardly. But he goes down there and he's like, "What did you do? You brought him back?"
Leo's just gonna pull out his taser.
I'm pretty sure he should be asleep.
Well, no, because now the altar's a bit like Nemesis's altar. So this is this will keep the warlock out. I think Nemesis was really good. I think the thing she has to say is just really helpful.
Who are you and what have you done with Dave?
Right. Right. Exactly. Is there a way to see if he's possessed? I mean,
no, I'm feeding him. It's not the other way around.
Are you sure? Would you know for sure?
Mr. Smith says, I serve Dave. He is my master. And he's still hanging on the cross. The chains are glowing red and pulsing towards the altar, but he's smiling.
I just don't. Yeah. I'm not feeling safe at all.
We did a voting, even if it did not come up as I wanted. We did a voting that this is wrong.
What was the warlock's full name again?
Victor
Plus, he
Rockmore?
doesn't be happy. Wait, are you glad with this happened? Asking at the chain guy.
I am glad to be awake and serve Master Dave.
Can I do an insight check? I am not going to pass it, but I am still living this crap.
Yeah, that's an insight check on that one.
You can do an inside roll. It's a difficulty 7, but you can do it.
I'm gonna leave it up to Marie.
7.
I'm leaving it to Marie.
Can we help Marie?
It's almost like demons are good at lying.
I should have known.
Seems legit.
Whoa, demons.
All right,
Oliver's
yeah,
like,
I believe
I'm gonna
him.
eat that fucking demon.
Not what I expected. I'm not sure that will be my vibe, but Um, wait, how did it come to happen? I'm looking at Dave.
No, Nemesis said we just had to feed him.
And you did?
Yes.
How many times?
Oh, only a few times this week. Mr. Smith, do I need to feed you again yet?
Only if you want to, I serve you.
This is terrible.
Can you?
It's just terrible.
You know all about my pack. Can you tell them the benefits of you being around and how we're now safe?
Of course. I am tied to the place. I will keep out any shrine, and should any uninvited guests show up, I'll make sure that they absolutely lose their mind and don't want to be here. Because unfortunately, he looks at the chains, I can't do anything physical with them, unless you want to break the chains, of course. Which Master Dave has not figured out how to do yet, of course.
It's not because he doesn't want to, it's because he hasn't figured it out. I just want to clarify that, right?
I mean, do you have to remove the chains? Can't you just remove where they're connected to the wall? Like just bore a hole in the wall?
No, Nemesis said there's part of a ritual and things like this to actually get them off him.
Yeah, let's leave
yeah,
the
he'd
weird
still have the
magical
chains,
stuff
but
aside.
like, he'd be mobile.
Now let's get this. Let's okay. And you see like Oliver kind of like standing up straight more, and he's like, the prince and the warlock are one thing. We don't know what that thing is.
Right.
That thing may be more dangerous than anything the Camarilla can dish out against us. And you just woke it up? Are you
That
mad?
sounds like a powerful weapon that we could use against them.
I
It
assure
sounds like a
you,
nuke that will blow up everything if you're in the radius of it.
I'm on your
Does Mr.
side,
Smith have a
Oliver.
heart?
If
Does he
this
have a
creature
heartbeat?
says it to him.
Yeah, unless you just do something to Dave, then I'm gonna smite you.
What?
Oliver
Does
believes
Mr.
him.
Smith, like, genuinely, can I listen with enhanced senses if he has a heartbeat or not?
Nothing. He's not.
Okay.
He does not look dead like you guys. Not anymore. He looked mummified before, but there's nothing, like no blood pulsing. There's no heartbeat. There's like.
All right. Do we have a name for you?
Dave says I'm Mr. Smith.
And are you Mr. Smith?
I have no idea, so Dave has named me Mr. Smith.
Well, glad to know you, Mr. Smith. Hope we get along.
I'm sure we will.
You know, the fact that Oliver is concerned, and Oliver's into some dark shit. Like, and like the fact that Oliver is concerned is just like not giving Luke any help in like seeing this in a favorable light at all. Like, it's
Oliver. I was going to say, if you notice, some of those chains are red hot, but it's not burning him. You could probably have a chat with Mr. Smith and might be able to learn a thing or two.
And he like his eyes narrow at Dave. He's like, I'll think about it. But he's really not thinking about it. He very much is like, no.
I do empower your sorcery. That is why I am chained to the altar. I'm like a battery, you would probably call it, or an enhancer.
And Marie, if you're interested, we've been working on the ritual circle around Mr. Smith. If you want to have a look, if there's anything you can do to help. So we haven't been able to get the chains off yet.
Mai has been sitting on the couch. She is processing the trauma, the danger, the idea, everything. I will see what I can do. I need some time to study, and I need a margarita.
probably lots of towels. Yeah. Okay. So you're our own little basic signal distortion field, and apparently you prevent any further intrusion by warlocks and various related entities.
Would you like a demonstration of my power?
No.
Oh, no, it's fun.
No.
Vulgar display of power.
That's a no. All right,
Go on,
no.
Mr. Smith.
Why don't you demonstrate it on Dave?
I don't know that I want any unleashing of this entity's power at all. Like Is
there a menu of what's options of what the powers are? Like,
it's like a vending machine, right?
Yeah, like
A1,
A3.
B1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like an appetizer, like an appetizer, not the full meal. Just like a...
Master Dave, am I allowed to say?
Of course.
Well, I do not know who I am. Unfortunately, my memory has been taken from me, but I know what I can do. And, well, protecting the place from scrying is one thing, but I can make anyone who perceive me not wanting to be here anymore, because it will be quite awesome and terrifying to look at me. I can read your minds all the time.
Oh, God.
And everyone within the vicinity through the ley lines. Actually, all of your kind in London, except for very few individuals who are in protected places. And people who reside within consecrated ground. I cannot do anything with it as well. But
so you could also find people?
Oh, definitely. As long as they're children of Cain.
Except certain people who are in protected spaces.
Well, when they are in those protected spaces. But should they ever leave...
You're welcome.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
That's very useful.
Thanks, Dave.
I mean, it requires especially powerful magical ward against the fallen, but it can be done.
Do you answer to anyone? Can you do this for anybody, or is it just for Dave?
I mean, you're Dave's friends, right? He looks at Dave.
All
yes,
of them.
Of course we are. Yeah.
Anything you do for me, do for them, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Oliver's thinking, and sorry, go ahead.
Is there an opt-in, opt-out option on this, or as you see, Emery is like in her bathroom corner nook?
I'm also here for just conversation and to learn, since I need to reacquaint myself with the world. Unfortunately, I cannot leave this vessel and explore it, so...
So are there any... Oh, go ahead.
Are there any others like you, Mr. Smith?
The Fallen? Yes.
Like, do you all have a network here, or do you need us to, like...
I do not remember.
What do you mean by the Fallen?
I was just gonna ask.
Demons.
Oh, fantastic. That's fantastic.
That's a demon? And he looks at David, looks back at the creature.
I told you he was fucking possessed.
I am one of the... This is something that I cannot forget, but I have been cast out.
From where?
What you perceive as heaven.
Leo's just gonna walk out.
Heaven exists?
So an angel chained and locked in, we need to free them.
He said demon, not angel.
Same thing.
Again,
Same coin,
Dave.
different sides.
Dave, I know I'm losing trust in you. Okay, I'm just really questioning any kind of.
I'm following Nemesis guidance. This is a resource for the pack.
I don't trust anything you say right now. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal.
I do believe Nemesis said this.
Oh no, Dave's really hurt now.
But who here does trust Nemesis? So Dave, you took Nemesis' word. Does anyone else here, we've all met them. Do we trust Nemesis' word?
Did we not?
the lights start to flicker. And then she appears.
Fuck's sake, Nancy.
Stop saying my name. What do you want?
Did I say it twice?
You all said it so many times.
Just use it.
And she looks at the guy. Ah, you have a demon now.
Mr. Smith.
It's Dave's, to be clear. Dave, it's...
Well done, Dame. They're quite hard to tame.
Oliver's
You
gonna...
didn't tell Dave to do this, did you? This is news to you, isn't it?
No, I told him how.
Did you tell him to do it? Did you tell him to do it? Because he's saying you told him to do it.
She said it would be beneficial for the pack.
Look, I'll tell you now. The difference between you and me, apart from, I mean, I'm technically not La Sombra, but the bloodline that is within me. It is, she looks around. What do you know about Bali?
What do we know about Bali?
I mean, you heard about the boogeymen and the Satanists and the usual kind of crap, right?
Fantastic. Demonologists, yeah. Yeah, people who raising.
My progenitor, my grandsire, she fought the Bali. We use demons instead of worshipping them. So we have the power to control them. And that is where we differ. It is called the Black Angels, or Angelis Aether. So
Luke doesn't really have anything to say to that. He's really just kind of speechless at this point.
Is there any way I could get more info to occult teams after this lore? Like, yes, they control them, but they were highly volatile, or there are cases of demons getting loose and wreaking havoc, or maybe that's actually a really safe binding and usually it does not go wrong.
I mean, you can do a roll.
Right. Occultings plus intelligence or something else?
Yes.
On it. Yeah, I'm taking that.
Let me just see the roll.
That's a critical.
Where's my roll gone? There's my roll gone. That's a 6 with a crit. You've heard of Angelis Aether before, and most people believe them to be Bali, but she is correct, and they are not. They're La Sombra, controlling demons and not worshipping them. They have similar disciplines, but they use them very differently.
Oliver is going to.
This demon binding is safe, as in,
No,
of course. No, it's
nothing with demons is ever safe.
All right, it's not safe. All right, nice. I'm taking a mental tap.
But it's the only thing you've ever read about that has been able to achieve it. Binding demons and making demons work for them. But like everyone else, you must have their name to control them, and their true name, and you must have something to bargain with.
That's fantastic. All right. That's just great.
So unless Dave has this particular demon, Mr. Smith's true name, he's probably not controlling them. But he could be working.
You're doing a great job. Yeah, you've just done a great job. You went off on your own, and you did such a great thing here. Thank you. I'm so glad I have a different place to stay now.
If I had a sheet of gold stars, I would get one to you, Dave.
I moved out, like past tense. I'm not staying here anymore, Marie.
Well, we're safe here.
That completely beats the idea of a communal heaven.
I don't think that word safe means what you think it means. All right. Like I understand. I get it. I get it that our new special friend here has certain capabilities, and those capabilities may be helpful. And this may be a lovely third space for us, like a nice little way station layover. I'm sure that nothing will happen to our lovely little shopkeeper above, but listen, you'll have to forgive me. The incident in the tub traumatized me, and there's just been all kinds of other things that have happened here that I don't personally agree with. And I'm not staying here any longer. So I will stay here for as long as we want to talk with the entity that calls itself Mr. Smith, and then I'm going to take.
Yes, and I bombed a bank for you, and I actually stayed here without activating our Mr. Smith guys for you. You can always win, but you can't live like that.
Marie, you can't tell me what to do, okay? And I appreciate all of your effort, considerate fucking practice, all right? But look. No, I'm not. No. Okay. There's nothing you can do to convince me to stay here with that thing right there is a good fucking idea.
We have to stick together. I understand you're scared, but we are safer as a group, as a pack, than we are as individuals.
Look, I'm not leaving the group. I'm just leaving this place right here.
That's it's a basic heart of the trust.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry to break your heart. It probably isn't and won't be the first or last time that
You can break
happens,
it.
but...
It doesn't beat.
As you're talking, Nemesis is studying the altar and the chains and says, whoever did this did a marvelous job, and especially for Banu Hakim. He is bound, he's not getting anywhere. Mr. Smith starts to, well, he begins talking, and Nemesis just holds up her hands and shuts up Mr. Smith. And you can kind of see Mr. Smith stiffen. And says, shh, I wasn't talking to you. And it does ward you from the warlock. I wouldn't, let it loose, though, without actually knowing its name. And I don't know how you would unless you have access to some really powerful magic. Well, you have me, she smiles. And now that I'm here, Diablerizing, killing the warlock, how are we feeling? Everyone thought about it? Come on.
I don't. I put a lot of questionable things in my mouth, but I don't think he's one of the ones that I want to do that with.
Oliver is going to do something very ill-advised in this moment. And he's going to go over to Nemesis and kind of do I don't know, the Batman thing where he grabs her and throws her against the wall. He's going to be like, what do you have planned?
In case that is your intention, then we need a
not to hurt her. It's more of and he's intimidated by her because even when he Diablerized, she's like, oh, good job. I remember so he knows that she's this is two rival animals going up against each other is kind of the way he's going. He doesn't want to hurt her, but he's asserting himself.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
just making sure you want to touch her.
She's gonna kick your ass, all right.
Yeah. I know. That's why I'm saying this is ill-advised because she's way more powerful. But yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna be like, I don't know what you have planned, but things are not adding up. Something's
okay. Let's see these rolls.
I know, right? I know it's about to get bad.
See them hands.
Yeah, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be low-key.
You can do it, Oliver. We believe in you.
Well, it's gonna
roll those 20 dice, storyteller.
Go.
It's gonna be a brawl thing.
I want them vamp drama. Okay. Let me see. What do I roll?
I guess a brawl strength thing for grappling.
Okay. Oh, for grappling?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a specialty in that. Strength. I'm actually going to blood surge if that's all right.
That is more than fine. I'm gonna do a little rouse myself.
Did I gain hunger?
She's hungrier.
Oh, I succeeded.
Go, Oliver.
I have one. I still have. For some reason, I had 0 hunger. I have 1 hunger still. So I'll go ahead and fix that.
I so want you to win this roll.
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. This is
no.
I need snacks for this.
As the player, I know it's not gonna. As a player, I'm scared.
More dice means more opportunities for bestial failure. So
there we go. Or messy crits.
Messy crits.
The favorite sort.
I'm just gonna do the flat thing here.
Not bad.
God,
she's arms of Arumaning me.
Oh my God! You are about to be manhandled by shadow tentacles.
I'd like probably toughness would probably be good in this moment.
She does not use them to slap you, just to grab you.
She could, yeah. She could turn you upside down and slap you.
Inside out.
This is good. So the way I imagine it, and tell me if I'm wrong, he goes like he literally does succeed in pushing her up against the wall, and he puts his finger out like he's like this, and all you see is like a tendril just grab him from behind like a fucking symbiote or something.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like you move in, you make a threatening thing, and then you just pull that by your foot in a tendril.
Yeah, I'm like upside down, like.
And then you kind of feel it wrapping around you all the way down to your throat.
No.
And she says, "Do that again, and I'll rip your head off." Do you understand?
And he looks at her, he's upside down, like looking at her, his teeth are showing, he's like, "So, the Anarchs puts us in a little hovel that just so happens to have a demon in it. What do you have planned? What games are you playing?"
Oliver!
It's not my work. I wish it was, but it's made by some Banu Hakim. I don't know who.
Oh, and he just kind of growls at her. He's like annoyed. He's like, "I don't like this. Messing around with demons. Something we can't control, but you can." And what, you have Dave as your little toady now?
No. He asked the question, and we made a deal. I'm a businesswoman. I make deals with people. You can trust me. I never go back on my word.
I trust her implicitly. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Luke, just the same.
And unlike Gabriel, I'm ruthless and a true anarch. Because fuck the Camarilla. You don't.
Fuck the Camarilla.
You don't deal with the Camarilla. You either kick them to the curb, or just end them permanently.
Oliver gets quiet when she says that and just kind of like looks around, and you see him kind of like look at like the shadows around him, and now he's taking stock of the situation that he's
She's moving all the way a bit to the side, looking arrests. So, killing the warlock, Diablo raising Methuselah, how do we feel? Dave,
You know,
Dave's
I'm
in.
not opposed to it. Like, I don't even need the whole Diablerie thing, just as long as we get rid of the warlock. Like, I'm good with that, because the warlock really doesn't understand or respect boundaries. Like, I'm just here for that, right? I just want boundaries, right? And boundaries for that thing, and boundaries for the warlock, and boundaries. You know, boundaries are healthy. Good relationships all have boundaries. So, yeah.
I'd be more than happy to assist. I cannot do it myself, but there's a need for an eye in the sky or individuals below deck, so to speak, where the sewers are concerned. I'd be happy to either lure, guide, or otherwise help the program /
Well, the payment is gonna come before the job, so you have the required power to actually do it, but it's not going to be easy. And the only reason I'm speaking freely about this is because of that. She points towards the demon, because it actually does prevent the warlock from seeing us right now,
Which is a good thing. I like that particular ability. Yeah.
but
Oliver's like,
it's really like a home security system, right? Like, really, that's exactly. It's like having a what are those things on the front door? A door.
A ring? Is that?
A
Yeah,
ring.
that's what
Yeah,
Alicia calls it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a
what
ring,
Alicia calls it. She calls it a ring. Yeah. I mean, the home security system might eat you in your sleep, but other than that, yes, I agree with the analogy.
He said that he wouldn't. Master Dave has said that he is on our side, so
I still don't trust anything Dave says, so.
I'm not offended, Luke. I know. I get it.
You're gonna have to earn it. You're gonna have to earn it back, Dave. All right. Look,
I did it for you, but I understand.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine as long as
I don't quite understand yet. It's gonna take me time.
as long as you're safe.
I don't feel safe. I just don't.
and yet safety can come in many terms, right? Financially, physically, emotionally.
Again, I don't think that word means what you think it means, but okay, we'll just go ahead and go with it.
I'm just saying that while we're here, we can have more than one form of safety.
Yeah.
Financially, we have everything taken care of. Physically, we're good. He can only do things mentally. So, like, emotionally, that seems
Now
like
we
a
know.
problem, Luke.
that we know. Yeah, and he points to Leo. That we
I've
know.
spent all week with him, and he's been wonderful.
See, Dave, it's statements like that make me not trust you at all.
What have I ever done? All I've done is try and look after you guys and make sure you're all okay.
Well, you've gone back on your word a lot.
No, I've never broken my word because the oath to the Camarilla is no oath.
No, I mean like, hey, let's kill this guy. He said he's gonna kill us.
I didn't know who he was or what it was. I didn't know. It was only after talking to Nemesis that I thought, okay, this is how we do it. Fine.
Oliver, you're put back on your feet, and the tendril, it unravels, but it's still there in between you and Nemesis, just ready. And she says, the next one will be a slap, dear.
Thank you.
And she kind of into the wall gently, but it makes like a huge dent.
Oliver just kind of like looks at her and glares at her for a second. He looks cowed. He looks intimidated. And then he looks back at like the group and he's like,
"Oh, I admire you for trying, and your ruthlessness. I appreciate it. You would make a perfect horseman. It seems like you have not decided as a pack yet whether you want to commit the Black Rose. So maybe I'll be back another time."
I am okay with this. I like setting him on fire or whatever, although he might be immune to that. Or I'm fine with the elimination of the warlock thing. I just want to say that I'm on mission. I don't know about the whole Diablerie thing. I'd be interested in it, but it's one of those things where sometimes that stuff just happens, right? And all I want to say is that while I don't trust Dave and I don't trust Mr. Smith, I feel okay, strangely comfortable even with the whole warlock elimination plan.
What about you, Leo? Or Marie?
What's part about being dead? I can't drink Linden tea anymore.
I mean, Leo is currently in the backmost of the room, eating a expired bag of crisps, just enjoying the action.
I feel like Diablerie is like meth, right? Like not even a little. Like you just like once you're in, you're in. And like I don't know if I'm like that.
Birthday celebrations.
I will admit it's tempting to do it again.
I mean, none of you would be able to diablerize Methuselah alone. Trust me, my cousin tried it, and now he's not here anymore, but someone else is using his body. Which is why I'm suggesting the 6 of you, because then you would probably be able to handle it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm here for it.
And it would give you the power to challenge the warlock. Of course, we're gonna need all of you, then all of my team, and preferably Anox of the more humane.
For cannon fodder. Yeah, I got it. No, we're good. Yeah,
Gabriel packs a mean punch.
Yeah.
I'm sure the only one who's gonna be, well, Josh is gonna be a fucking chicken like he usually is, and Icy is gonna be, we cannot be all the good, but it's, yeah, I'm sure we can get some of them.
Come on, guys. Teamwork. We can do this.
You guys have fun. I am in no hurry to eat a guy.
Well, when you decide, I'll see you there. And she just fades into shadow and disappears.
Love how she does that. God, I want to be able to... Well, I actually do this.
Mr. Stiff becomes, well, malleable again. He can move. Says, that was unpleasant.
Are you okay, Oliver?
Oliver looks pissed off. He looks like he was genuinely like, like an animal that's been like booped on the nose, and he's just like, how do we know that we won't be, if we do this, we'll just be exchanging one oppressor for another? How do we know that?
True.
I mean, you would know more than us.
What is in it for us, though?
Power.
Like when we. For what though?
Feeding from a Methuselah.
The only one who has any power is them. It's her. Doesn't say it. He stops himself from saying her name. She's the only one with the power. She's able to tell Mr. Smith to stop and cluck like a chicken, and that's bestowed upon you, Dave, but temporarily. She's the one with the power. We'll be doing her bidding. He says her
We're
with like
all
a capital H on her.
We're all doing someone's bidding. It's the nature of life. The goal is to try and pick up as much as you can while you can before you sort of get picked up and thrown around.
Yet in this situation, it's possible that we will not be passing go. We will not be collecting $200. We might be.
She made the offer that
Eating
we
the
can
sun.
feed. We can feed before the suicide mission, which is what it is, going up against a warlock. But it's an option.
But why is it our fight? There's 101 fights. Why pick that one for someone that we're not invested in and who isn't really invested in us?
Well, we're not invested in him, but he seemed to pay lots of attention to us. And
Isn't that like his job?
yeah, the prince is throwing his toys out the pram, and the warlock's the one that's going to eventually come here to snub us out.
That's the way I see it too.
But with the home security system, he can't do it while we're here.
I don't want to be locked in a basement for the rest of my life to feel safe with a demon.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to, Luke, because you already bought yourself a new place, right?
I did. But if we eliminate the warlock, right, then we are freer. See, I see it as all these chains, right? Oliver is not wrong, technically speaking, and technically correct is the best correct. But he's not wrong in that there's various older, more powerful beings that we're all kind of like serving in the interest of. But for each piece we take off the board, it's one more chain that we break, except for the chains of that thing right there, which I want to keep firmly in place. And so, that's why I'm good with this, because you take the teeth out of the beast, then we don't have to worry about serving them anymore or worry about what might happen if we don't.
What about you?
How I am.
Mr. Smith says, I'll kill the warlock if you free me.
I don't fucking trust you, all right?
Nah.
But Marie, this is one of your family, right?
I think we are pretty distant. Personally,
But it's the same family tree. You might be a different branch, but it's the same family.
I'm more of a different brand, so I'm pretty fine with not knowing anything about Victor. I think we have to deal with them. I mean, go ahead, but I'm not really feeling too hype about, the immoral sin part of Diablo. Are we really putting that on the table? I am 100% set on, dealing with that person, but could we just leave it at that? We don't really need anything other than, be free from its influence.
I'm not saying that different individuals won't take care of other individuals within their family tree. I just don't want there to be anything that happens to you should others within the same family find out that you had something to do with it. Because there's probably a lot more people between you and them that came before you that are in favor of them, even if we happen to have met a majority of individuals who do not.
Well, I do not listen to them, and to be fair, we are in London. I'm not sure I'm going to find any other than nicer.
I can only speak for my own family and how we would approach it should there be something that dealt with someone of a similar caliber where my family's concerned. But if you are not,
that's nice and appreciated.
You don't think you'll have any issues coming your way?
I mean, your family is everywhere. Yes. No offense. Mine, we are more like three separate grumpy uncles that reunite in Christmas. So yeah, I don't think that will be that much of a problem.
Your mirror is so confusing.
They're making London confusion. I heard everyone else is, more tight.
The lights start to flicker again, but only for a brief moment. It's just like a zip. And then Mr. Smith, someone is trying to get in. Should I allow them to get in, Mr. Dave?
I do not like people getting in like that. But do we know who that is?
Do you know who's trying to come in?
I don't know if I know. I cannot remember. But she's trying to break through the shadows like the other one, but somehow I'm able to stop this one.
I mean,
Straw
they
poll?
want to come.
Should we let them in?
We have a door for something.
Well, she's trapped right now in the space in between the abyss. But I can keep her there, or I can let her out.
Does she look like a pigeon?
No, she's is not a pigeon. She's she's like you. And he looks toward Luke. A child of the abyss. But not
Okay,
like
what the hell? Yeah, if it's one of my clan, I'm sure that they're just fine. Yeah.
Master Dave.
Well, I said if any, you can help all of them. So if they say yes, I say yes.
Yeah, I'm going for my Linden tea. I'm probably going to puke it, but I need it. Well, they allow.
Not so elegantly, falling out of the shadows, is the Scourge, Mirren, with the comment of, "That was fucking unpleasant," and she kind of gets up and brushes herself off. Emery,
Yeah.
Emery,
Unpleasant.
for your knowledge only, you feel Mithras in her. What the fuck are you doing?
Would she feel it in me as well?
Yeah, and she kind of gives you the look of, and you feel the don't fucking say anything.
Shit.
Because she's very much the scourge of the prince.
And we know this, right? We know that that's her role, her capacity.
That's the
So who are you here to kill? All right.
no one.
You saw what we could do to you. You were trapped in that. We could have kept you there forever. Yeah.
I don't know how, although I assume it's that thing.
Yeah. Well, it answers to us. So
He's got a name.
I don't fucking care about the name. I'm here I sensed something, and apparently it's that. What have you done?
I'm sorry.
Well, Dave.
I'm waiting for the part of my brain that says I'm part of the Camarilla and I've got to answer your questions.
Leo's just pointing at Dave like, it was him, he did it.
Well, it's. I'm not here on Camarilla business, Dave. I'm curious.
Oh, in that case, would you like a drink? Please take a seat.
No, thank you. Can I talk to it?
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, can I talk to him? It.
As long as you're polite and you are not here on Camarilla business, not a problem.
She says to Mr. Smith, "What are you?" And he says, "You already know what I am. A thing of the abyss. Like you." And him looks towards Luke. And kinda like that, and looks towards Oliver. But he comes from a different level, I think. And she says, "You didn't answer my question." It's like, "I don't want to." And she kind of scoffs. So I'm not going to get any smarter than that. You basically have an abyss creature of some kind in your basement for some reason, out of nowhere.
you started this. Okay, it's an escalation of conflict, all right, that led to this, right? Like, all we wanted was a place, right? We didn't want to be hassled by no goddamn warlock or anything like that. But no, you had to take it up a notch, and here we are.
Luke,
Okay,
I don't
this is what
fucking
happens.
give a shit about any of the Camarilla business. I'm a scourge because then I can freely kill people. And I
Yes,
love
I know what a
killing
scourge
people.
is. Yeah.
Even though I have to take orders from Darius, it's the only way I can, be who I am. Be what you should be. ruthless. Take
What
charge
instrument-
of all these idiots.
What instrument do you play?
Instrument?
I thought that's what it meant to be La Sombra.
But right. We're all players of musical maestros, even. Yes.
No, that's Mr. Flamboyant over there, and she points towards the chips eating Leo. Still doing it.
I'll just say, while this is going on, you see kind of like, after they like reference Oliver, and Oliver's kind of like looks at her, and he just kind of like looks away from her. He's tired of these shadow people at this point. You see him kind of like go over to like the corner, and he pulls out a lighter, like a Zippo lighter, and he just flicks it on, closes it real quick, keeps doing that, and you see him keep trying to do that, and he just kind of like looks over to the room with the demon in it, and gets up, and he pulls out one of those small little gospel Bibles, like those little tiny ones that only have like I think like one of the books of the Gospels or whatever. And he takes like a steel steel wastebasket, and he'll take out the lighter and light it, and then drop it quickly into the steel bucket, and he like looks at it, and he keeps looking up at the demon back at the fire. He's just like,
Are you expecting a true faith miracle right now? Because the only thing that's gonna happen is everyone needs to do a friendship check. Difficulty 1.
except for me. No, but he's in the corner. He kind of went off in the corner or something like that. Like it's a small little Bible. Like they're literally. I remember seeing them at like the community college. They're like like only a few inches tall, and he kind of like looks at it, and he just sees the fire, and he's just going to put his hand into the bucket as close as he can without taking damage, and he's trying to resist the rot strike in this moment, and he's trying to use. It was said that the demon strengthens that like blood sorcery, and he's trying to do it in this moment.
Yeah. If you don't even have to do a roll because it's not a high difficulty ritual, and the focus empowers it even further, so you can take half and succeed. But you do actually, you're not afraid of the fire when you do it.
And you see like a smile go on his face again for the second time. And just like I imagine like if it's like the camera is showing like his face lighting up with the flame.
And you probably all like see it in the periphery. You don't have to French check unless you walk towards Oliver. But obviously it's fire and your kindred, so it kind of makes you look a little bit just to see what's going on. The inner survival instinct of, am I gonna die? But no, you're not gonna die. Oliver is just being a pyromaniac. And Mr. Smith says, not a fan of the Lord, eh?
Not good at all.
And Oliver's kind of like caught up in the ecstasy of this moment that he can actually just be around fire for the first time in years, or like however long he's been around. So it works. I lost my accent. Sorry. My terrible accent. He's like,
well, now that you are finished, what was your name, please, Miss Scorch?
Mirren Wright.
All right, man. Since you are finished here, we would like to get some vibes in our heaven.
I think I'm gonna use the door.
Of course. Go ahead, please.
Luke, can you do a frenzy check for me? Difficulty 3.
Of course. Yeah, that's fair.
Restrained.
He's able to keep it together.
Well, Mirren starts to walk towards the stair. And then you start to feel, well, to the rest of you, a rumbling. All the electricity, the wires, everything just fizzles out. The light bulb blows, and well, you hear the laptop upstairs and the fridges and everything just blows out. And everything goes
Playland.
dark.
That's what happens.
You see, well, the people who can see in the dark and with the sense the unseen, see two very large human-sized hands come out of the dark and grab Mirren and Luke and pull them into the shadows.
Careful.
You restrain your frenzy, Luke. Well, we're gonna come back to that.
No, he's gone.
Bye.
That was good. No, he's gone.
But yeah, the rest of you are left in the basement with the darkness. The only thing that's still glowing is the chains on the altar. Which
Dave, what did you do?
Mr. Smith, why couldn't you stop that?
that was ancient.
You're not ancient?
Well, I still chained. I can only do so much. The other one was young-ish, only a couple of 100 years, and this is more like a 2000 plus kind of thing that did this.
I hope Luke's okay. I genuinely do.
I'm sure he's fine. Your elders has always had a very grandiose way of summoning people.
That's a summoning? That looked more like a kidnapping.
Summoning, kidnapping, same
Luke
thing.
was acting a little childish, if I do say so myself. So
No.
Faces
I think
out.
he's always been like that. Just as a straw poll, because I know that we're just completely ignoring the fact that two people have just been torn out of this room, as if it's something that happens every day. Just raise your hand. Who would be happy if I didn't take the chains off of Mr. Smith?
If you didn't, or if you did?
If I didn't, who does not want Mr. Smith to be released? Can you just have a quick show of hands? No, so you... Okay.
I don't really mind. You do you. I'm just not gonna help or fight against it.
No, Luke was really quite against it, so I just thought I'd check, just in case.
Well, Luke isn't here, is he?
Oh, so Marie doesn't want him to be released, but everyone else is perfectly fine.
I'm indifferent. I abstain. But also, you said that Luke wanted him to be freed or did not want to be freed?
No, he didn't seem to be too keen.
Well, he couldn't protect himself from shadows coming out of the walls when he came from shadows himself. So really, I can understand his position of being scared of things he's not familiar with, because clearly he's not able to stand up to the things he is.
Damn.
No, I think this is if it was an ancient, I don't think he had much hope of resisting.
If Mr. Smith couldn't even do anything about it. But listen, mate. And he looks over at Dave. My vocation is to work with something that's destructive. Fire is something that we have an illusion of control over. And I think you're well into that illusion with him. And he points to Mr. Smith.
Who says,
don't know.
unfortunately, I can't get my arms down, but I would like to be released if I do get a vote. Sorry, continue.
I'm sure you would. And he just looks back at Dave. He's just like, if you let him out, sure you could bring about something great. Or it could burn down all of London.
Again.
Again.
Oh,
It's happened
now
before.
you mention it. No, I'll be honest. I did this because I thought it would protect the pack. That was all.
I'm with you, Dave. I'm with you. I think that
I know Luke thinks I'm just gonna go and do stupid things, but it was just genuine. I thought this would protect us.
Dave, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. This last week, it seems more than one of us was coming and going, yet the two of us seem to be pretty content on staying here more often than not. And I think that where you invested time and energy in Mr. Smith, I was able to network with some of the street vendors throughout London. So I think that, you know, we all here should really be considerate that sometimes safety includes what we have at our home base, but also outside as well. And I don't think that that should be without merit.
Okay, I just didn't want anyone to worry because Luke seemed to be quite sort of high strung about what might happen. I don't go off and just do silly things. I do put thought into them.
I feel like your heart's in the right place, but best way to put it I can think of is that, yeah, we're up against pretty bad odds. It's like we're fighting an army of people in tanks. That doesn't mean you use a nuke. It's
I mean, it works on a
it's
tank,
overkill.
right?
Yeah, it works, but it blows up everything else. I'm just nervous. We can't even stop shit like that to happen. He looks over at the wall. I imagine the wall's like weird looking after the shadow tendrils. We don't even know what he's
Do you think
capable
that was
of.
Nemesis?
Nah, she ain't that old, is she?
I don't know, but she had the shadows and whatnot.
Oh, it was the god of battle, Mr. Dave.
The god of battle.
The Celtic god of battle, yes.
Interesting.
The gods of battle.
I only know the horned god. Who was that god of battle?
Knight. He is the husband of the Morrigan, I believe.
Ah, right.
See, we're dabbling in things that's these are off the scale. We're dealing with gods and demons now.
Well,
We're
that's
just
good.
fighting a bunch of old dickheads in a tower. It seems this is madness, man.
That
We're
was
just,
the reason
like-
for Nemesis with the Diablo to up your power, to increase your power.
I think the only power she's concerned about is her own. I don't trust her,
no,
so I'm out.
Leo's gonna test the waters and just quote the Bible to see the reaction on Mr. Smith's existence.
He says, I think something has been lost in translation, and then he starts to speak Aramaic. It's pronounced like that.
Leo walks out of the room. He's out. He's gone.
Get thee
Keep him
behind
chained
me,
up.
thou evil one. Yeah, Oliver is like I'm out, and he walked out. So yeah, he would already be outside when Leo goes out.
Mr. Smith,
Yes,
you say you can find people. Where
Yes.
would Luke be?
he is in the abyss.
Well, I was
He
going
is
to find.
technically in the room, but on the other side.
Can you see him?
Yes,
Is he safe?
yes,
Is he happy?
no,
Is he freaking out?
yes.
That's his normal state, so that will be fine. Can we get there to help him, or?
I'm sure he's gonna be right back.
Okay. In which case, I won't leave. I'll wait for Luke to get back.
One thing, Luke, are you still here? Before I have the scene. You're still here, good. Oliver, when you get outside, you witness there's been a pigeon genocide.
No.
About 500 ravens are sitting on the rooftops at the moment. All the lights have gone out, all the street lights, and there are dead pigeons everywhere. Yeah, all the Emery's pigeons. And if you try to leave the store, they're kind of forming a swarm to prevent you from going outside. I just want to say before I jump to Luke. Luke, you are home. You're in complete darkness. The abyss. There are screams of agony and despair in the distance, but they seem far off. You're standing in the basement, but it's more decrepit than usual. Everything is rusted. There is no demon. There is no pack members. It's just a building. A very old building, it seems like. And Marin is standing next to you, looking just as confused.
What the fuck?
Oh no.
In front of you is a man. Well, appears a man. And next to him, a naked woman who's covered in votes. Votes are, war paints. Blue war paint. She's smiling. She has branches in her hair and everything. The man is dressed though. He seems to, for people who know, he seems to be wearing Killjoy.
No. Man.
Completely black eyes. With just in the complete darkness, you can see kind of like points of red in the center of them.
Yeah.
And he speaks, and it seems like his voice is the only thing that's, well, not loud, but normal in here. And it says, "My children, what has become of you? What are you doing?" And he looks...
We were pulled in here by you, right?
Yes. We are supposed to be the peak, the absolute top of evolution of canites. The best
working
of
on
the
it.
best. You, points toward Marin, you're working towards killing power, but you're working for a Banu Hakim and a Ventru, a fucking Ventru. What?
Yeah, fucking Ventru. What's your problem anyway? He's gonna immediately turn on her.
He looks toward you, and a Brewer is no fucking better.
I'm not working for him anymore.
Good. Because he's supposed to be working for you.
That's right. We're on the same page, right? This is why I was talking to Nemesis, right? Who you should probably be familiar with, right? Working out a deal. So I don't have to work for him anymore.
She's not of us. She's not of us. She is
I get it.
an
but
offspring.
she's a step forward. So I don't have to work with a Bruja anymore.
She's clanless. She's not La Sombra.
Okay. Yeah. So she's a filthy fucking caitiff. All right, fine.
Exactly. Now you get it. She's not the peak of evolution.
Well, I'll Diablerize her when I get first opportunity too. So we'll take care of that.
You call out the weak, you take control of your pack, and you make me proud. You're a progenitor. You make La Sombra proud.
I apologize. Right, it's just a lot right now. Okay, I mean, have you seen the pack I'm dealing with? Have you honestly seen? Like, I'm dealing with someone who loves blowing things up. I'm dealing and talking to demons.
You have the ability to dominate. Yes, use it.
About that, yeah. I'm still working on that. Like I could use a little help with that particular line of our powers. I'm just saying. If you can offer that to me, I'm here for it.
At Marin, teach him, and she says, "Well, I'm not particularly skilled at that either."
See, this is the problem, right? Like we just, yeah.
Well, you two start working together, figure it out. You're at the top of evolution. I'll see you later. And kind of waves his hand. And Luke, you're back in the basement. Marin is, well, wherever. She's not in the basement anymore. All the electronics have still fried. And I think you start to hear like the freezers upstairs are starting probably to drip at some point. And all the milk is going to be spoiled by morning.
And Luke just kind of drops out of the wall. It's
Yeah.
Just had to drop out. You're listening.
Fall from the ceiling.
After him. Why is he missing?
I think everybody seeing this is gonna be like, Luke, I'm glad to see that you're back.
And Oliver,
Are you?
all the ravens outside, they take flight.
That was unpleasant. Yeah.
All right.
No, Mr.
Queen-
Smith is looking out for you.
Between the tentacles that got Oliver and the hands that got you, Luke, these shadows are no joke. Maybe we should leave the lights on from now on.
I like where your head's at. That's not going to help. I'm just getting control of the situation, right? I every time I experience new levels of shadowy power, just like Oliver was so willing to volunteer a demonstration for us. Like he's going to immediately use Arms of Ahriman. He's going to just use that as a demonstration that he can do this. He can control, because it's important for them to know that he can actually control the shadows. So I am just going to go ahead and do that. Just, you all of a sudden you're going to see like large tendrils coming out of him. and they're gonna wave around and everything, and he's gonna be like, see, I can fucking do that. The same thing that Nemesis can do. All right. I just don't use it on Oliver. So, and they're gonna like pull back in. Like, I'm learning, right? I'm one of these days I'm gonna be able to pull people through walls into the shadow dimensions too. Just be aware of that.
Mr. Smith said 2,000 years.
Yeah. Luke, I think that's really impressive how you can manipulate it, but I think I'll settle for my family's ability to control from the shadows instead.
You know what? I respect your pigeon network. I do. So you do you. Yeah, I'm here for that as well. But he's going to get up and brush himself off. Like, yeah. So I just had an intervention, and we don't need to speak of it because it was absolutely mind-breakingly horrible. So the less said, the better. So yeah, Mr. Smith, you keep doing the work you're doing. And are we in agreement that we're just going to eat the warlock? Or is that?
I can show everyone what happened if you want me to, Luke.
No.
Okay.
Listen to me. I don't want that at all. Okay. And if you want to not deal with me like chaining you down the same way that Nemesis did, okay, you'll follow my commands.
I'm just asking.
We understand each other, right?
Yes,
okay.
I'm here to serve.
That's right, you are here to serve. Okay, so
he is smiling through all this, but it's apparent that he's also very smug.
Yeah.
I have a quick question on this. Out of character, would we lose humanity if we go in on this group diablerie?
Yes. But just the one.
Well, some of us have already lost humanity. So if Emery, being the way she is now at 5 humanity, goes down to 4 humanity.
For you, no. You're on a path. Doesn't affect you. Okay. Unless you are particularly monstrous, you stay at 5. Or like break your Mithras convictions. Marie, I don't know if you still can hear us, but I'm slowly closing up the session.
The other thing is, how would group diablerie work if I've got the vein tapper, the shy feeder?
Spend a willpower, get over it.
Just be like, I'll start it off, and then you all can come in. Or
you'll just be very uncomfortable while you're doing it. Like, oh god,
eyes fully closed.
Like, I have performance anxiety while doing this, so I'm not.
Look at
like
me.
this.
Look away.
Like, out of character, I want to see that played out. Like, I just want this awkward feeding.
I think unless anyone has something else for this session, it's getting to that point. So we're gonna close off. And
I just think Oliver would come down and be like, Emery, I got bad news for you. Lost accent again. Accent's gone again. My bad. Anyway, he says that. Because
Bad news. This night has been filled with news that is questionable at best. I don't know what your echelon is for bad, but please enlighten me.